Welcome to another episode of the Nashville Dads. This week we talk about parent brain fog, listening to music with your kids, your favorite Muppet, and dad guilt. Stay tuned. All right, so Justin, last time we met up to record an episode, I had no brain power at all.
You were like a zombie.
I was. So I had a kid up, I think 3 nights in a row, and I think that Saturday I had done like a cookie bake day, so I was on my feet baking cookies all day with kids.
I saw those pictures.
And then on Sunday, we the kids woke up early, and I tried to get Heather to fall back so she could fall back asleep. So I had Josh in the carrier while I was directing 2 girls to decorate cookies without them just eating frosting and icing all morning at like 8 a.m. or so. And then I showed up here at like 2 to record an episode, and there was one technical problem.
Technical difficulties.
And I rebooted the computer, took off some settings, and went to re-put the settings back on. And I couldn't do it. I had no brain power.
That's what you were doing?
I
had no idea. I was just standing there.
Yeah, Justin was hitting me with these really hard-hitting questions like, how's your day? And I had literally deleted a microphone setting because I needed to reset something. And I went to put it back on. I was watching a YouTube video, and I was like, this is English, and I speak English, but I don't comprehend it. So there's an honest parenting moment of this podcast of sitting here, being like, yeah, we'll meet up, we'll be fine, this will be good. And sitting here just staring at the screen, being like, I don't remember how microphones work in this moment.
New parent brain fog.
New parent brain fog.
That is a legit thing.
So I think last time also, you said you had at least like 1 or 2 things you wanted to talk about or you had thought about. I know it was like right before Christmas. There was something you were really excited about. You came into it ready to go, and I failed you. Do you remember what it was? Fantastic. New parent brain.
I should have
around.
written that down.
Hey, it's okay. I think you were just excited about doing Christmas with your daughter.
I think that's maybe what it was. It was just of wanting to talk about something that brought me joy.
Yeah, because you had...
From the last episode. Maybe that's what it was.
Definitely. It looked like you had actually sat down, taken the time to reflect. You were ready to go.
I was.
You were on your A game. And I was falling asleep with my face on the laptop.
That is what parenting is all about, is forgiving those others. No, I'm joking.
That's right. But, so we did our first 2 episodes, and we realized we should probably actually like maybe do segments and like whenever we're done with the episode, say something besides, all right, we're good.
Yep.
So we thought of 2 things that we thought would be good to discuss every time we meet up. The first one would be like, hey, since last time we talked, what's one thing that's brought you joy? And the other thing is, hey, what's one thing that's been a challenge that you didn't expect to be a challenge?
Yeah.
So, Justin, what's one thing that's been a joy? What's one thing that's been really fun about being a parent since last time we met up?
The whole tradition. I think I kind of briefly talked about that in our last episode, but we actually went to Opryland.
That's cool.
And got the tree from Secret Garden. We also went to Cheekwood. Cheekwood was amazing. Had a lot of fun. Most of those moments were for me and Haley.
Yes, of course. Because
Ada was just looking up.
Like 4 months this week, right? Like she'll
be 4 months, January 7th.
Yep.
But it was more for us, but it was a good start for a tradition for our family. So it was exciting for me. Opryland was great. We went with some friends, did the boat ride.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
You did Opryland proper. We usually just walk around.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what we usually do as well. But with a new baby, we had the stroller. We weren't thinking that we'd be able to get in.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Because of COVID, there were a lot less people when you could actually walk.
Yeah.
Without bumping shoulders or pushing somebody off the trail.
Yeah. I don't remember. I think anytime we've done Opry with kids, I don't think we used a stroller. So I actually don't I'm like, oh, wait, what are the ramps like? What are the elevators like? It's a lot of escalators.
Yeah. No. So if I had to redo it, I would definitely not take the stroller and just take a carrier.
Just take a carrier. Just make it easier for everyone.
It was, I got a little frustrated.
Yeah, of course.
We had the stroller going to the boat ride was perfect.
Yeah.
They had a little area for the strollers. Ada loved it. Our friends, Aaron and Natalie and Sydney loved it. I mean, so did me and Haley.
Yeah.
We got back off. We were starving, so we went our separate ways from Aaron and Natalie, and we were trying to find restaurants. You know, there's like the Magnolia, I can't even remember the other sections of it.
Yeah.
None of them have ramps that
No,
connect.
they don't. And it's a lot. It's not like a small staircase either. It's like
No.
a 2-flight staircase.
And it's, you go up a few steps and you have to go down a few this way and that way. We tried to find elevators, and there's like one elevator.
There's one elevator and like 50 people.
Yes. So I just gave up and was like, all right, we're just going up the escalators.
Yeah. How did that turn out?
It actually wasn't that bad. No, like somebody was in the front.
Okay, good.
Somebody was in the back. And then we just held on for dear life, and it was fine.
That's good.
But it was a lot better than waiting like 45 minutes to get on the elevator.
Yeah.
Or trying to haul it up the stairs. At least they had escalators. So,
yeah.
But it tested my patience.
Also, do you grocery shop or does Haley grocery shop?
We use the AnyList, and then she either will get it delivered, or I will go and get it.
Okay. How do you, at a grocery store, are you good with people around you, or do you murder people who are standing there, like taking 20 minutes to pick out one item?
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good with people to a certain extent.
Yeah, of course.
To a certain extent.
Within reason.
I'm always aware of my surroundings and other people. When other people are coming by, I kind of move out of the way so that they can have a turn to look. And there are people that just stay there. They'll put their cart in front.
Oh, man.
They're looking at me, and I'm looking for something in front of that cart.
Yeah.
And they're just like, oh, whatever. And then they just keep on doing their business. And I just want to say, move your cart, please.
Yes. Or
but
I'm
I
just
don't
going to
want to
move
be
it for
that
you
guy.
for like 2 seconds.
Yeah. But
that's funny. I feel like I've used Instacart a lot more since the pandemic happened.
Yeah.
And it is kind of convenient. I'm not going to lie.
No, it is.
At first I was like, this isn't that cool. And then I was like, oh, it was like $3 to have someone save me like an hour of having a shopping cart with kids.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now that is totally different because I'm not shopping with Ada. So she's back home with Ada. I'm out grocery shopping by myself. So
yeah, that's almost like a treat.
That is not that bad on me. A lot of times
not.
she'll order groceries and have them delivered, and I'm just like, hey, I'll go and get them.
Yeah.
That gives me some time to just go out.
To get out of there. Yes.
Yeah. And then I'm like, oh man, I do that all the time, but I don't give her that time. So I've actually said, you can go. I'll take care of her. Yeah. Have some time alone. Mm-hmm. But right now, she's just trying to soak up every moment.
Oh, yeah, because she goes back to work like in
January
a week, right?
11th. So like less than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like I think only a week. Yeah. She's...
Yeah.
Yeah, she's taking her off.
Of course. It makes sense.
We'll see how it goes. I think she's going to work half days for the first week or two.
That's smart.
So
ease into it. Don't just rip that Band-Aid off.
Yeah. Because for me, it was hard.
Yeah.
It was hard going back full time right off the bat. I wanted to see her constantly. And I would have Haley text me pictures of her. Like, I need a picture. Send it, please. But yeah. So she'll gradually go into the full time, I think.
You'll figure it out. You know?
Yeah. Well, what about you? What brought you joy?
Joy in the last time we met up. So we have a music room, which is filled with like records and a guitar and a piano. And Josh has enough neck muscles now where he can actually like be in a like a jumper, like a door frame bouncer and stuff. So, and he's really fascinated by guitar playing lately. So like I'm able to put him in the bouncer, have him bounce, and like put a record on and play guitar in front of him. And he just kind of like smiles and takes it all in the entire time.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty cute.
That's cool.
Do you listen to much music with Ada?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah. We usually will do Mark Broussard or Chris Stapleton.
Yeah.
Or...
you got to hit her with the singer-songwriters.
Yeah.
You live in Nashville. How can you not?
Well, it was funny. I was all about trying to find baby songs or...
Like lullabies and stuff like that.
Yeah, lullabies. And Haley was like, we don't really need those right now. She can't really comprehend too much what it's all about or anything like that, but she just likes the melody. She was like, what? I grew up listening to the Eagles and things like that. It's like, okay, well, let's have her listen to Mark Broussard. She will actually fall asleep relatively well to the Mark Broussard.
That's fantastic.
So anytime that she is like just fussy or just having a hard time, put her in the seat, hold her, or do something, turn on Mark Broussard, and she usually just calms down or falls asleep.
Did kids music really exist whenever we were kids in the 80s? I feel like there had to be some.
Like it did.
But
lullabies.
Lullabies, definitely, but I don't feel like there was like the Wiggles and stuff like that. I guess most music was like Sesame Street. Or like
the Muppets.
Yeah, I love
the
Muppets.
Fraggle Rock.
Yeah,
those
a lot of
type
Jim
things.
Henson. A lot of Jim Henson creations.
Yeah, actually, all three of those I
Who's,
think were.
they are. Who's your favorite Muppet if you had to choose? This is a real hard question.
Mine would probably be, well, for Sesame Street, Big Bird.
Okay.
I have that, and then for the Muppets, probably Gonzo.
Gonzo.
Yeah.
I told my kids my favorite color is blue because it's a big kid question whenever you're like 4 or 5. And so any character that's blue is my favorite character according to them.
Gonzo's blue.
Well, so like Cookie Monster, like, oh, you like Cookie Monster? He's blue. And I'm like, what if I like someone else? What if like, and they're like, no, he's blue. You like him.
You like him.
And I'm like, that's fine. Actually, I like the Swedish Chef. I think he's silly.
Yes.
I like New Zealand. He's the guy who throws fish like the entire time during it.
Well, that's awesome. I need to take a picture, or you need to take a picture and send to me of that jumper, by the way.
Yeah, I will.
Is that really good for development?
I don't know.
Of the legs,
I just
or
know
just a place for him to have fun?
He kicks a lot. And,
that's how it is.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll send you a picture of it. I don't know. As far as like, I'm not a good person to be like, how does it develop my child the best? I'm like, you look like you like. I understand.
Does she help? Does it help with the legs?
It seems like it.
Okay.
Yes. Some parents are very like, how does this help my child's cognitive powers?
I didn't mean it like that.
No,
I'm not that big of a dork.
But yes, I feel like some parents are very like, so what does this do for their like? Is this helping the right side or the left side of the brain? Does this toy do that? And I'm like, he likes kicking.
Yeah.
This is a way for him to kick and be entertained.
That's awesome.
And
so
that's what I'm doing. Yeah, I'd say that brings me joy. I like music a lot. Hopefully, my kids actually like.
Well, the cool thing with you is you play music.
I do.
So having that bond with your kid, I think would be.
So I don't know if I've told you this before. I actually buy kids soundtracks on vinyl. So like we have like Moana and Frozen 2. Oh, so we actually take turns listening to vinyl. So like the girls will listen to Frozen 2, and then I'm like, cool, we're gonna listen to Sam Cooke now, and then we'll listen to Moana, and then we'll listen to Leon Bridges. So like you can actually, I feel like sometimes you get trapped listening to kids' music unless you're like, no, I actually need like 30 minutes of at least like something, and it won't be something you guys hate. I always have a very positive memory of music in relation to my parents, and a lot of the music I listen to is clearly because of what my parents listened to. So I hope that like my kids, hopefully that's something I pass on. You know?
Yeah.
So.
I was the exact opposite.
Really? What music did your parents listen to?
My dad really didn't listen to much music at all. It was sports. Yeah. And then my mom she loved the Beach Boys. And at the time I did not.
Yeah.
And then she listened to a lot of country. I love you both, by the way. But not country, but Christian music.
Okay.
And I was totally against all of that at the very beginning.
Yeah.
But
like now, I feel like Beach Boys. Now that I'm older, I'm like, oh, Beach Boys are fantastic.
Yeah.
Like
I always dance to them.
They're really fun, and like those harmonies are fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, like up until like age 25, I was like, man, it's the Beach Boys.
Yeah. No appreciation for actual good music.
No, and now I listen to it, I'm like, oh, this is actually really smart.
Yeah.
And really cool. I feel like my parents listened to a lot of like Billy Joel, Simon and Garfunkel, Jackson Brown, and like just a bunch of like David Bowie and Queen and stuff like that. So they were always just like, man, listen to whatever you want to. We'll just listen to it first and see if they curse a lot so we know what you're hearing. And they were pretty free range for whatever I got to listen to. I'm also the youngest of 3, so my 2 older siblings wore them down for like parental advisory labels.
Yeah, and then they just gave up on you.
Basically, yeah. I think the first album I bought was Siamese Dreams by Smashing Pumpkins. And the second one was like Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band by the Beatles. I'm sure my brother told me for both of them. He was like, you can buy this music. You have enough allowance, so you're going to buy it now. And I'm like, sure, that's fine. What's one thing that's been more of a challenge since we last met up that you didn't anticipate? Or I can answer first since you answered the joy one first. We just went to Chattanooga on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, which was pretty fun. I feel like we are constantly trying to keep the 2 older kids entertained, but then have to constantly remind ourselves that we have a 4-month-old.
Yep.
So our ability to do much isn't really that great. So it's like, all right, girls, let's go to the zoo. Your brother needs to eat.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go to the science center. Your brother needs a nap. So like he'll sleep in the carrier, he'll sleep in the stroller every once in a while. But I feel like there's that weird like stress of like, yeah, let's go do a bunch of stuff. So you girls are like entertained and you're having fun. But also, this is tiring because this guy can't communicate anything because he's 4 months old.
Yep.
And so I'm trying to figure out what he wants and needs while also trying to keep a basically 6 and 4 year old entertained at the same time. And the mental energy that takes is, I'm not going to act like I'm up to it. So my goal every day is for like the kids to get lost in play. Yeah. Like to hopefully there's something about the vibe, something about the toy they have in which they can actually get lost in it and create their own world. Yep. Because I feel like when a kid is dependent on you for entertainment, I feel like that takes from you. I don't like that relationship. Well, that's the
good thing with your older girls is they have each other.
They do. That makes a huge difference. Unless they fight the entire time, which does happen sometimes.
Yeah.
But you're right. Like there are times in which they create a world all by themselves and they'll be gone for like 45 minutes. And I'm like, oh, that's great.
Yeah.
You guys are bonding. You're creating a world together. This is great. I'm glad that this is happening.
And what age difference?
23 months.
Okay.
So almost exactly 2 years apart.
That's awesome. That's not too far to where it's the older one wants nothing to do with the younger one.
Until they're teenagers. Yeah. That's whenever all that comes into play.
Yeah, my sister was 7 years older than me.
Oh,
so
really?
She wanted nothing to do with me until after college. And when she was in college, she was like, I think I miss him.
Oh, really? I have a friend who her brother is 6 years younger than her, and I feel like she was really intentional about making sure to make a relationship there.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like that's common. I feel like
there's nothing against that. That's just the age difference.
No, me
and my sister are super close now. Went out to Seattle, lived with her, but it wasn't until her going off to college and realizing, hey, my brother wasn't that bad.
That guy's decent. That guy's above average.
Yeah.
For you, what's one thing since the last time we talked that you feel like has been more of a challenge than you anticipated for it to be?
Just this one's kind of just a general one from probably all dads out there, but just the work-home relationship.
Yeah.
And when you get off work, you want to go back, you want to be with your kid, you want to try to I want to take Ada off of Haley's hands for a little bit, give her a break, but I'm exhausted. So exhausted.
What hours do you normally work?
We start at 7 o'clock in the morning and then 6 in spring and summertime, but lately it's been 7. So I leave probably around 6:30 every morning.
Okay.
And then it just depends on when I get all my stuff done or go see all my properties. It could be 2 o'clock, and then I have to come back and still work from home, doing emails, estimates, and stuff like that. Or it could be 5. So, long days, but still, I have to push myself and just be like, all right, she needs a break.
Yeah, she does.
I have to take responsibility and push myself, and I love it. It's not a job or anything like that.
No, it's a reality, though.
It's a reality, but I do love Ada so much and want to be with her and just hold her. And there are times where it's just so draining.
One thing that I think is fascinating is I don't feel like dad guilt really exists. I think mom guilt exists, but I don't know if dad guilt exists that much. Like, I think socially, culturally, if you're like, man, Haley, I need 30 minutes before I'm willing to hold our kid, most people would be like, oh yeah, you worked a full day. Or some people would be like that. Yeah. But I feel like if a mom gets off work and then comes home, it's like, well, yeah, you have to be with your kids now. Why were you away from them in the first place?
Yep.
So do you ever feel any dad guilt? Do you ever feel like any like, oh man, I feel bad that I just want like 20 minutes to not respond to something?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I feel that way all the time. But I push myself.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Haley actually is pretty good at giving me some time to myself as well. Or just guy time. Being able to do
we're
this.
literally sitting here right now.
We're chilling, just hanging out right now, talking about this. But also, there have been at least 2 times where I've been out of town within the 4 months that we've had her. Both times in Georgia, one for a wedding, and then I went on a camping trip. So... she definitely allows me my time.
Yeah.
I just feel bad that I don't give her enough time.
I feel that too. I feel like Heather is inclined to be like, hey, Devin, you can go do this and like get out of the house. And I'm like, but you're at home with 3 kids.
Yep.
That's unfair to you.
Yep.
And then she's like, no, it's fine. And I'm like, how is that fine? So I feel that weird tension as well.
For her, like I said earlier in this episode, was she wants to soak up every single minute.
Mm-hmm.
So when I say, hey, why don't you take some time and just go for a walk with a neighbor or just go for a walk by yourself, she's like, no, I'm good. I want to be here with her.
Yeah. Have you, I love those moments in which, or sarcastically love those moments in which you try to suggest something and it's like, no, I would never do that. And you're like, oh, hey, you probably want like 5 minutes away. And they're like, no, that's the last thing I want. And you're like, I thought that would be helpful.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Yep. The savior complex.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, no, you probably need to get out of the house. And I was like, no, I'm fine. No, you probably need to get out of the house. Like, you're not really listening to me, are you? Nope. I thought this would be helpful, though, because this is what I would want if I was you. So I thought I was being empathetic, but I'm not.
I just sound like a jerk now.
Basically, I'm just now telling you how you can relax.
Yeah.
And that's not very polite to anyone.
But you live and you learn, man.
You do.
For me, I am learning so much of what to say, what not to say, what to do, what not to do this or not that. But yeah,
I think wording matters, tone matters, and I think you're ultimately just trying to communicate to your wife, like, hey, we're in this together. How can I make sure that we're in this together and I'm not just taking? Because that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
If I go to a movie with a friend and Heather's at home with 3 kids, even if like it's around bedtime and they're asleep during it, I'm still like, oh, I'm taking because I'm putting more on you and I get to do something fun.
Yep.
And that's my interpretation. That's not Heather's.
Exactly.
And I feel like it's a work in progress to even with 3 kids. I'm still at times like, no, I'm taking too much. Dude, and she's like, man, it's fine. Like, you're good. Like, actually, you're okay.
I am totally new to this, but I'm starting to realize it's going to be a work in progress for the rest of our lives, I'm guessing.
It kind of is. Well, Justin, we've been talking for a while, and I'm pretty sure I hear a kid crying in the background, so we should probably close out this episode and call it a day. What do you think?
I think we should.
Awesome. We really hope you enjoyed that episode. Please make sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Nashville Dads. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll catch you next time.